I didn't plan on standing up and coming to tears. So let me catch my breath. So the cool thing about Aaron is he is that remarkable person that everyone who's in this room, I think, knows him in one way, shape, or form already. He's this remarkable person in how the outer world would measure him. But part of what made him so special to me is that we discovered by accident, I think we had these things in common. So one of the things we discovered we had in common is I think in our second conversation I discovered he'd gone to Choate. And my father, who was an only child and who died when I was 19, had gone to Choate. And I grew up in Palo Alto. I grew up on the West Coast. So I'd grown up hearing from Choate from my father. But I honestly didn't know very many people who had gone there. And for Aaron, Choate had been this really powerful, positive part of his life. And I know there's several people from Choate in this room, and I hope your experiences at Choate were as positive as Aaron's were. And clearly, you know, Aaron was a big part of your Choate experience. You wouldn't be here. So we discovered that. I think there was something already formed in Aaron, formed from his childhood, formed from his DNA, that made him compelled by something that compels me, which is some of the wonderful slides he showed, not just the fortune cookies and the beautiful pictures of Rachel, but, you know, the ones of rivers flowing, of Met Towers, of wind turbines, you know, his and my interests. And they're not, you know, you could say, oh, that's a professional interest. It's not a professional interest. It's just, it's what you can't resist being curious about in the world. It's so fundamental to who you are. And for Aaron and I, there's this, we don't overlap completely, but there's this huge intersection about, honestly, how passionate we are about our curiosity for this, and really probably something that he got from Audrey, which is there's this fundamental interest in the science of it, in the wonder and the awe of what nature's given all of us and what can be done with it. But maybe from Audrey, a bit of a sense of what are the justice issues around it. So one of the things I discovered that I loved, I've really enjoyed learning about Aaron actually since I've been working with him for the last few years, because I didn't get to work with him internationally, Helen, like you did. But he has this weird thing that I have, which is I love being in small towns. I love discovering the cafe. I love talking to the locals. I love respecting, and not for the sake of respecting, I love the reverence of walking into people's lives in other parts of our world that aren't necessarily the ones our society glamorizes. And in the work that Aaron and I do together, the work that he's a real foot soldier for and that his team is, the difference between being successful and not is all about how you treat the people and how you honor their culture, how you honor their society. And one of the things that's so easy to forget is how different it is, no matter where you go, whether you're in Westlake Village, whether you're in Palo Alto, or different neighborhoods in San Francisco, or in you know, Western Oklahoma, or the Gorge in Oregon. It's really different. And everybody in this room, I think, are probably, these are things you all, you know, just take for granted in your everyday lives, but then there's something about the way Aaron walks in the world, in all these places he goes, that really resonated for me in the very beginning, and it's something that I've just seen bloom and expand, and even just seeing your slideshow and getting to see the places you've talked about where you got engaged, and how excited Aaron was to be there, and everything he absorbed, Rachel, you know, it's like this human radar system, you know, picking up all this detail of the people, the place, the wind turbines, the Met Towers, the history. That reverence for all that is something that was incredibly special to me. So Kurt and I, my husband Kurt and I, have inside our wedding rings the word passion is engraved. And I guess, you know, and I don't want it, passion is a word that of course can have, you know, it be associated with sexual attraction and things like that. For me, the word passion is a way of being in the world. And you, my friend, are a passionate person. And I celebrate that. And you, Rachel. So this is not a I didn't plan anything I'm saying. When did I meet Rachel in the Waldorf Astoria?
June 2006.
So June 2006, Aaron and I are in New York City for a renewable energy conference. And I can't remember the exact circumstances of why Rachel was in New York. I know why we were in New York, but Aaron was excited because there was an opportunity in the course of a break in our meetings and what was going on, and Rachel was, I think maybe Rachel and Aaron were going to go have dinner or something like that, but he said, "You're going to meet Rachel." And he looked at me intensely. He said, "This is the woman I'm going to marry." And it was like, I was like, wow. And I felt so excited that I was going to get to meet you with the way he said that, because I'd heard a little bit about you, Rachel, but not very much. And as we all know, all kinds of things happened, you know, between then and now. But the power with which, and the passion, even though it was early going, with which Aaron said that at the time, it was like, you know, it was so definitive, it was so clear. And I am so excited for both of you, so I apologize about the fact most of what I'm saying is all about Aaron, but I just treasure him, and I treasure his clarity about you, and I'm really, really excited for you both. So,
Wow.
take care.